Hey guys, trying to trying to do something here. I want to tell you that it's something new, but then if I tell you that, I feel like I'll get all kinds of criticism about what I'm doing with this weird camera here that I can't manage very well. I'm gonna try to go through just a few TikToks as though I was browsing the way I do, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, and I'm going to comment on some of them. I'm really kind of amazed at how ridiculous uh, stuff on TikTok is. I'm also going to try to increase my brightness here. I got to go into the settings of the computer. I don't know where in the hell that is at this point. Oh, I hope you guys are well. I am trying to be a human being, pretend that I'm living a life. Yeah. I know I don't have a shirt on. I don't have the right size shirts anymore. All the shirts I have are 2X, and I tried to buy some 3X from China, and they came back and they were just really like American 2X. So, some 3X shirts, which eventually I'll be able to buy. Anyway, let's try to go through some. Let's try to go through some of TikTok. I left the volume up, hopefully, that you can hear which TikTok I'm doing. You won't be able to see it. I don't see a point in you seeing it, but I'm just amazed with TikTok. And by the way, I hear that it's gonna go away in September of 2025, and they're gonna have a version called M2, which is gonna be the American version. I haven't heard that very much, but that's what I'm hearing once or twice around TikTok. So maybe it's true, maybe it's not. All right, let's see what I'm surprised about in TikTok, and I want to, since TikTok may be going away, I want to try to document what August 2025 TikTok was like. A lot of what I can't help but call get rich quick schemes. You know, come on and go. Within the next 30 minutes, you can make $5 trillion by just pushing this one button, and we'll charge you $900 to find the button, or whatever the fuck. Gonna I haven't really signed up for a few of these things. I haven't really gone through and followed any one of them through to the end. I may do that someday. There's just thousands and tens of thousands and probably hundreds of thousands of these things. Everything from legacy builders, which I hear is like $900 a month, to this one called the $10 Club, which is supposedly $10 a month. It's everything in between, and it's just crazy. It's just nuts. I don't can't imagine that even one of them is any good, let alone higher than that. Uh, I need money desperately, and without being too pompous, I would ask that you please send me a simple Amazon gift card for groceries, anywhere from $20 to $50, not more than that. Uh, you can find everything about me by just googling my name. I think a lot of these sites don't allow anything, phone number, email, anything anymore. So just Google my name, but I'm just amazed at the other thing about TikTok over the last maybe 6 months. I noticed a big increase in sexual material, and I noticed a big increase in material about underage girls. Seriously, this was pre Epstein, a little bit pre Epstein. Maybe it was always there, and I started watching it more because of Epstein, or I don't know, but it just seems TikTok's an odd combination of things that other sites don't do as much. Perhaps TikTok is more eclectic. Like I don't see LinkedIn or Facebook doing a lot of sexual stuff. Facebook is doing more than it used to, but uh, I'm just surprised. I want to kind of get a handle on it. I don't think once TikTok is gone that we'll see another TikTok, which is one of the reasons I want to document it. I think we're going to see this M2 thing is going to be something else. It's going to be more uh, answerable to the United States government. When the government says, well, you're doing this wrong, it's going to change more quickly. By the way, behind me, there's some paintings, drawings. The yellow sun one I'm trying to promote more. Would like to have people get a few digital or three-dimensional, really cool reprints of it. Some of the other ones my housemate has 427 pieces that she has drawn. She calls them drawings, not paintings. And she and I have a very strange relationship right now. She tried to throw me out a few weeks ago because of something I did that was bad. I screamed at her a few months back. It was wrong, and it made her feel unsafe in her own home. It is her home, so she was going to throw me out, which is probably legitimate. And then I went through shit for 2 or 3 days trying to pack everything up and throw 75% of my stuff away, so that because I would probably have moved to a group home for the mentally ill, where the only space you have is underneath your bed. You're in a room with 2 to 4 other people. So I'm charging one of the phones, and that's the sound that says it's finished charging. If they overcharge, they shut down. So just try to take that out of here. Uh, you guys know I have 4 phones. I reference them by the color. So one is a green phone, one's white, one's silver, one's navy. This one is the white phone. So check the green phone, make sure it's not, it's 40 some percent. So let's start. Let's go ahead and just get on. I'm just getting on TikTok at some random spot. Okay. I'm not picking a spot. I'm not putting anything in the search bar. Just gonna just gonna do stuff, and I'm gonna stop probably in the middle of most of them and comment, because I think some of what's going on in there is ridiculous. And I also think we need to document. I'm not a historian, but I'm going to pretend to be one in this situation. So, yeah, and then I'll post this on my whatever it's called, my YouTube. This will be a long, long, long video, but it's one of the few long ones. I've been doing a lot of very short stuff. So let's go ahead and start here. Ready?
There are fantasies that are typical and atypical. Well, in 2005, there was a study done in Quebec trying to decide how atypical are these fantasies actually.
So she's talking about sexual fantasies that people have. Like I said, there's a lot more actual, what I would call soft porn on TikTok lately. And there's more talk about sex. And there's more TikToks where people are doing some sex act that's not, they have their clothes on still in some fashion. So it's not quite pornographic. It's more, I say it's soft porn, but there's a lot more of it. So let's see at least part of what she has to say. She's saying two or three uh, sexual topics about something. Let's see what she says. And these things, of course, if I don't stop them, they roll over and play again. So if you miss something the first time, why, it'll be back. I'm gonna have a drink of water too here. I'm just, I'm really messed up lately. I need some income, and I need to stop worrying so fucking much about my life. And I've been physically in constant pain. So, all right, let's go do this.
Like, should we really be describing them as atypical or are they quite common? And so what they did was they recruited people in the province of Quebec. So by using social media, by doing radio interviews, by actually giving presentations at a variety of locations like sports clubs and meeting places, as well as through word of mouth. And they tried to recruit all adult individuals. They recruited.
This is a ridiculously long one. Set up professional audio. I don't know what that means. It's on my screen. I didn't mean for this to be so long. I think I'll just skip this one, even though it sounds interesting. I sometimes save them to my email for me to look at later. I've been doing that for probably more than a year, and I notice I hardly ever go back and look at them. But I do save them, and it's a very odd thing. I hardly have ever gone back. In fact,
About 799
I don't even remember what. I don't remember one time I went back and looked at them, but I've saved hundreds and thousands of TikToks about jobs and about my sexual preferences and all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to be honest too about my own good and bad proclivities. Anyway, she's going to go on long about something. Let's just go to the next TikTok and we'll maybe I'm trying to comment on some or see a pattern and document, you know. Guys selling scissors. A lot of sales on here.
It's not just about money, it's about people.
Here's one of our 500 trillion make money now things. This is one that I was attracted to because the lady is older and she makes it sound since I'm older, sometimes I identify with older people who've been through everything, you know, and know that some stuff is just bullshit. But she's pretty interesting. I don't know if I should say their names. Her name is Jean Day. I'm not going to go through the whole whatever her thing is, although I think I've kept it in my own, keep it in my own email just to, I think I tried to put a unique term. I put like SIDDD to stand for side hustle. Shit. Of course, it has to autocorrect to something I don't want. Anyway,
It's of mine.
If your portfolio is still just stocks and real estate,
I'm a 19-year-old.
a lot of stock stuff. A lot of people pushing day trading, getting a portfolio manager and all that crap. I stay away from stocks. To me, they're too volatile. And this next one, of course, is a gal named Stella, and there's like 5 trillion people like this. Young lady who's supposedly 20 or 19, telling us that she really wants us as her boyfriend or some other shit, how available she is. And it's all just, almost everything on here is, I would say almost everything on here is fake. And almost everything on here has the purpose of just getting more clicks. You know, nothing very little of what they say, let's put it that way, is what they're actually saying. They're just saying anything they can think up to get more clicks. And why people need more clicks, I don't know. Just for the sake of clicks. Some of them are making money. I got thrown off my TikTok live, although a month later they will want me to come back. But you know, this lady, I mean, if you follow her, then you get 10 more things of them almost identical. And I'm really surprised that TikTok does that, or people on TikTok do that. They will put something up. Of course, they'll have other you can follow them and get their other videos. And for most people on here, all videos are just the same thing done on a different day or something. And I'm probably just as guilty of that as anybody else. I get on there, I get on Samsung on my phone and say something about my life, you know, and then for 30 seconds or 45 seconds, and I post it. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. So my stuff probably looks like that. It's the same shit every day. I do get some views, but I've been in the $200 to $400 jail ever since I started on TikTok. I've never known anything different. I think I had one video at some point that went to 1,400, but there was only one out of thousands. So I don't see much sense in hearing much more of her. I might play another 10 seconds or so. I'm trying to find anything that might be unique. I do have, oh, hey, there we are. Hey, Peter, how are you?
Oh, I'm okay today. How are you?
Oh, let me turn off this TikTok here so you're not being, let me pause it.
I can't compete with TikTok.
Well, no, you're. Hey guys, so I did pause this for quite a while because a friend of mine called and they, of course, didn't want to be recorded. So we'll get back to what we were doing. I think I left off with this young lady who was telling us how wonderful she is. And it's like I said, everything that you hear on TikTok pretty much is just the only purpose of any of it is to get more views for them, and they get paid for the views. I don't understand how. Very little of it is whatever they're saying, you know. Somebody saying buy my book, or somebody saying, and you'll see this here. Anyway, all right, let's keep going here. I usually play just 5 or 6 seconds of any one TikTok post, and then I comment on it and go to the next post. Those few were music only.
Información personal, tu nombre, tu dirección, tu información de todo aquí. Aquí te dice son. Hey, Terry,
Okay, so 2 is just people. 1 was a woman dancing and music, and then 1 was a woman speaking another language, selling something.
Thank you so much for your comment on my post. I would love to help you get started. So what you want to do first is come up here, click on my picture. That will take you to the link in my bio, my website, blueprintpay.com. So go ahead and click that and then go into the website with the red button and then put your email in. So drop your email. That will get you the blueprint from me, and then watch the video from Michelle on the next page over. If you have any other questions, just comment back or message me back on that email. If you don't find it right away, it may be in your spam folder if it didn't go right to your inbox. And I look forward to talking to you further about this and helping you change your life. Hey, Terry, thank you so much.
What amazes me about some of these get rich things, human beings do not get particularly excited about like helping the homeless or trying to think of other things that anybody would give a shit about in any universe. But people, especially Americans, get so excited about the chance to get you to spend money with them, you know, join their get rich quick scheme. I'm amazed at the energy, the vibration, the excitement that these type of people have, and I don't know why camera. I don't like this camera the way it is, but I don't. It's a webcam separate from the computer, so it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, and I am, but I don't have another way to do this. So anyway, people don't get excited about much of anything anymore, but they somehow still get like genuinely energized and excited about this fact that some poor cocksucker like me would decide to go spend money with them because they said they could help us make money. It's selling you the. I'm not going to help you make money. They're just selling you a program called, if you buy this program, you can make money. And many of these programs, of course, are just very incestuous. It's just a program that you join, and then once you join, you say, well, yeah, pay me $900 and I can help you make money. And then your buying is the chance to turn around and say to the camera, yeah, pay me $900 and I'll make you some money. That's the whole thing. It's nothing else to it. So that may or may not be what this lady's doing, but sure seems like it. So, and there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of these on here. I don't know if documenting TikTok is going to prove to be a very interesting thing. I do like the history ones on here, and I especially like the history that we don't know, like, the history of African American people that have contributed so much to society and it's unknown, or like there was a African American man who was helped George Washington. He worked with George Washington. He had been formerly a slave of George Washington's, and he went to the British and pretended to be a escaped slave, and then enamored himself to the British so that he could see their plans, and then he would send the information back to Washington, George Washington. So that was nice. Or African American man invented the first traffic light. African American woman invented the first space heater. Those kind of things. There's a few things like that on here. I'm not gonna, at this point, I'm not gonna put some word in the search bar. I'm curious to document what naturally comes up, but even though it's of course part of my algorithm, but someday we'll do it the other way. We'll just pick a topic like history or whatever. I'll try not to do this too much longer because I know you guys are bored as fuck with anything that's more than 7 seconds long. So, not to be as cynical and resentful as I am, but I am. Life is hard right now. Very resentful and afraid and all that shit. So,
Much for your comment on my post.
Why do you keep making TikToks when nobody watches them? You wonder what? Somebody does watch them. I watch them. Ejaculating more might actually reduce your risk for prostate cancer. Why would ejaculation have anything to do?
Oh yeah, so nice to know that ejaculation is like I'm gonna do something based on what you said. She's at the Montana State Fair. Someone else, not this lady, but someone else earlier said Montana. These 2 or 3 facts are true about Montana. And then she just said 2 or 3 facts, like she said there's more suicides in Montana than any other state. She had 2 or 3 other facts, which I thought was interesting. So, all right. Something you use to enjoy. I don't, it doesn't make
It's
any
all from a
sense.
21-year-old who doesn't know what she's talking about, but thinks this works because it's worked for me. The secret to having things that you want in life and attracting.
No
Really?
puedes coger como
20,
tres,
21-year-old is
dos, tienes que
giving
llevarte las
us.
4 y si quieres como
I'm 22.
TikTok will very frequently move you from regular TikTok to shopping TikTok. Like you'll be scrolling through regular old TikTok and suddenly you'll be over to another part of TikTok that has a different symbol instead of the house symbol, and it's basically the shopping network part, and it'll switch you over automatically. I buy a ridiculous amount of stuff on TikTok, and I won't say that's much of the reason, but I think for some people that's part of the reason. But for me, I don't know. I'm on here a lot. I spend a lot of money on TikTok. They horsewhip me whenever they want, throw me off whenever they want. I still come back. So another one of these ladies. I have thousands of these ladies. Oh, here comes another person. Hey, young man.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Hey guys, I don't know how long this recording is, but I'm going to stop this recording just mostly because I can't figure out how long it might be. I didn't pay attention. I may or may not do another one of these TikTok things. It doesn't seem to be. I can't figure out how this is not doesn't seem to be interesting what I'm doing. But all right, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Again, I'm sorry for the camera angle. I just don't have another. I can make it do anything else. Your webcam thing. So. All right, later, kids.